Hello and welcome back to Module 6. You are now more than halfway through this free Awakening to Your Angelic Connection course. And this particular course is all about preparing for connection. Let me share my slides and we will get straight into it. In today's session, we are going to be covering how you can create sacred space for angelic connection. And this is such a useful technique, bearing in mind that what I'm teaching you in this module is only an introduction. There is way more information in the paid course and how you can implement all of these techniques. But for now, this is a really good starting point. We're also going to be looking at grounding and centering techniques, setting intentions and asking for guidance, and overcoming mental blocks and doubts. So what exactly does that mean? Well, let's take a look at creating your sacred space, which is your physical space. You want to choose a quiet, comfortable spot. Preferably, that is a space that you can call your own. Now, it might be the corner of a room that has a chair in it. It might be outdoors. You might choose to have candles, crystals, flowers, or any kind of meaningful objects. And that includes pictures in this particular space. You want to keep it simple because what matters most is the intention that you are setting with this space. In terms of energetic space, you might like to clear the energy, like opening windows, using some sage, or I have actually one of those singing bowls, and that is a great way of clearing space as well. You might have a spritz where you spray essential oils. Any of those will work. Remember, what's important here is what works for you. You want to set the intention for the space and make it peaceful and welcoming, because this becomes your angelic connection spot. It's all for you and devoted to this particular purpose. Grounding and centering. Why does grounding matter? Well, it connects you to earth energy. Think about what it feels like to go for a walk in a forest, to be among the trees. Have you ever hugged a tree and felt the amazing energy? That is earth energy, and that's what we want to create around you right here, because it calms the mind and body, and it creates stability for spiritual connection. It also helps you to integrate guidance. So a simple grounding exercise. You might like to sit comfortably with your feet flat on the floor. Take 3 deep breaths in and out, and visualize roots growing from your feet into the earth. Now, if you're not a visual person, that's okay. Use your predominant sense. If you're a feeling person, you might feel the energy of the roots digging into the earth. If you're audient, you might hear the way it sounds as you're grinding your feet into the earth, just moving them gently and just imagining them going deep. Ultimately, it's about feeling supported and stable. And that means that you are now grounded and ready. How can we set clear intentions? Well, you want to be specific about what you want guidance on. I always used to struggle when I was doing readings for people, when people would say to me, "Oh, just give me a general reading." Well, what exactly does that mean? Guess what? It doesn't mean anything. Be specific, because the more specific you can be, what that means is the more specific your answers will be that you get back. And you want to use positive, present tense language. You also want to ask for your highest good and invite specific angels if that's what you would like to have. So check out the Angelic Footprints podcast. I've done a number of episodes on specific angels and what they specifically work with. And if you feel drawn to call on a specific angel, like for example, Archangel Raphael, because you know you need healing, well, then do that. But also don't be afraid to call on Metatron if you want to invoke that really positive energy around you. Check out some specific angels, have a look at what they specifically work with, and see what resonates with you. And ultimately, you need to trust and allow. Here are some example intentions. I invite my guardian angel to make their presence known. Angels, please guide me on whatever your specific situation is. I am open to receiving clear messages from my angels. But again, you probably want to be a little bit more specific. You want to be open to receiving clear messages on what? And you might also say thank you at the end. Thank you for showing me the next step on my path. After all, it's just courtesy. Now, some of us, we can get mental blocks and sometimes we have doubts. So how do we clear that? Well, sometimes it's all about the language that we use. If you find yourself saying, I'm not spiritual enough, I'm making this up, nothing is happening, I don't deserve this, or this feels silly, well, of course, those are going to be huge mental and doubt blocks. So get rid of those thoughts. Instead, focus on the positive. How can we move past doubt? Well, firstly, doubt is normal, especially if connecting with angels is something new for you. But remember, you don't need to be perfect. Even those subtle experiences count, and you want to learn to trust those. Angels are patient with you because they want to work with you. And remember, practice builds confidence, but most of all, let go of expectations. These are some of the positive affirmations you might like to say instead of those negative ones. So for example, I am worthy of divine guidance. I trust what I receive. Angels are real and they hear me. I release doubt and open to connection. And once you start changing your language to these kind of positive affirmations, notice the world of angels open up to you. Remember to have your journal ready. Start noticing specific signs. If you see feathers, if you see numbers, if you hear whispers, then take a record of those. So now you know more about how to prepare for angel connections. These are really useful tools that you can adopt to assist you in gaining a deeper connection with the spiritual realm. In the next module, we're going to get to that guided meditation to meet your guardian angel. And I'm sure you can really look forward to that already. Until then, please take a few minutes to write in your workbook and your journal where you are going to set up your sacred space and what intentions you would like to set up. Also, what do you need to do to remove any self-doubt that you might be holding within yourself? Take a few minutes to do that before you jump into the next module. And I look forward to seeing you in module number 7. Do join me there.